Alright y'all, it's Tim Denton here at 5 Star Ford. What I want to do today is just go over negative equity really fast. I'm talking about real quick. Basically, a lot of times when you have a lot of negative equity and you go to a dealership and the sales professional or the manager is moving you to a new car, I don't want a new car, but they keep moving you to a new car, it's generally because you have a bunch of negative equity. When you have negative equity, you need dealer discounts and rebates off the vehicle to eat up the negative equity. What is negative equity? Negative equity means you owe $25,000 on your car and your car is only worth $15,000. That means you have $10,000 of negative equity. Negative equity basically means that your car is worth less than what you owe on the vehicle. Okay? So that's what negative equity is. So whenever you have a decent amount of negative equity and you're not putting cash down to make up for the negative equity, then you need to go to a new vehicle. Why? Because of rebates and dealer discounts. So I'm going to explain it. Right here I got two vehicles. I got one that's brand new that I'm selling for $30,000. I got one that's used that I'm selling for $30,000. Say you're the same customer over here. You got $10,000 of negative equity. So you got $10,000. You can't buy either one of these without cash down. You can buy this one without cash down, but this one you can't. And I'm going to explain why. Banks loan a percentage off of what the vehicle is worth. So let's use this, $30,000. Okay? Banks, depending on your credit, you're rebuilding your credit, they'll loan you 80% of the value. You got decent credit, they'll loan you 120%. You got really good credit, might loan you 120%. Depends if you got excellent credit, you might get 130%. Right? So the vehicle's worth $30,000, and depending on your credit, the bank will loan you 80%, which I'm just throwing numbers. What is that? $27,000. 100%, they loan you $30,000. Here they'll loan you $32,000, $33,000, maybe $35,000. I'm not doing super fast math, but anyways. So if your credit's shaky, decent, good, excellent, bank will loan you off of that. Okay? So now let's go back to the equation here. You got two vehicles, both selling for $30,000. This is the used one for $30,000. If a dealership is selling a car for $30,000, it is worth $30,000. I'm telling you, no dealership's going to sell a car that's worth $30,000 for $25,000. Over here, another $30,000 vehicle, but you know what this vehicle's worth? $40,000. Why? Because it has a sticker price of 40 grand. So this vehicle is worth $40,000, but it has $10,000 in rebates and dealer discounts. All right, so you got $10,000. So the bank on this car is going to loan off of this percentage off of $30,000. The same bank on the new vehicle is going to loan this percentage off of this amount. See, the vehicle's worth $40,000. So the bank's going to loan you off the $40,000. This vehicle's worth $30,000. Bank's going to loan you off $30,000. Why is this one worth $40,000? Because that's the sticker price of the vehicle. But the dealership probably gave you $5,000 off, and let's just say Ford. Ford Motor Credit gave you another $5,000 off. So even though the vehicle's worth $40,000, you're paying $30,000. So see over here, you've got $10,000 of negative equity. If you put this $10,000 on top of that, you're trying to finance $40,000 plus tax, tag, all that stuff. So you see, it's not going to get into that equation. It's just not. I mean, the most the bank might loan off of this car might be $35,000. That's with some really good credit. Well, see, you're selling it for $30,000. You got 10 grand negative equities going on top. You can't get it financed. Now, this vehicle is worth $40,000. Say you got excellent credit. The bank might loan you $45,000 on it. So if the bank will loan you $45,000 on this car, you got $10,000 negative equity. Let's say you got $2,000 in tax, tag, and title. You're trying to get $42,000 bought on this car. Boom! They'll loan you 45. That's the car. You can buy this car. This car you can't. So remember, if a dealership's selling a car for $30,000, that's what the bank is going to loan off of. If you've got a large amount of negative equity, you can't get it financed. You just can't. That's why sales professionals are always moving you to the new car. See over here, you bought the car for 30, you got 10 grand negative equity, but remember the dealership gave you $10,000 and the distributor off, which eats up all of that. A little face, a little mouth, boom, he's going to eat up all that negative equity. So that's why you've got to buy new when you have pretty much 4,000 or more in negative equity. Hope that helped.